Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. The dev server has updated, but it hasn't come out yet. So I thought we would do a little bit of a preliminary look at some of the vehicles that weren't looked at on the sneak peek and also weren't looked at in other areas. So that's basically what we'll be doing here. Over the next period of time, when the dev servers come out, I'll make sure to make videos on each of the different types of vehicles and also the individual vehicles themselves. So if there's something specifically you're looking for, we'll cover that. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get into this in the files. We're looking at the asset viewer right now. And the first thing we're having a look at is a new Ostwind 2. So this is kind of interesting. This is a premium version of the Ostwind. And it's specifically the one which has the two guns, the one which caused a lot of controversy when it was added. Is it real? Is it not real? All of that good stuff. But basically, this is just a premium one with a bit of a camo net on it. So nothing different compared to the other one, apart from that fact. And that means it will be a very simple but effective SBAA to use in the German tree. Now, alongside other vehicles that are around, there is a new Tiger as well, which has turned up. It's a Tiger H, which has appeared in the game. Now, you may be familiar with the standard Tiger, which is this one. So this one is in the German tech tree, the Tiger H1. And they are now adding another premium version of the Tiger, which is this one. This is the Tiger Aus H1 East. So probably one for the Eastern Front. The only difference between this one and the standard one is there's some additional track armor, which is similar to the E. And then also it has these pieces of wood on the side, which also have a bit of barbed wire on them. And that's about it. So a little bit of a cosmetic difference, and the fact that this is premium. So once again, it's labeled as a G premium, which is interesting. I thought, to be honest, they were not going to do any more premiums in the mid-tiers, but here we are. So a premium AA for the Germans in the form of the Ostwind 2, and also a premium Tiger H1 for the Germans as well. Now, that to me is pretty nuts. I wonder why they've decided to do these. Maybe it's just a Christmas thing, or I don't know what's going on. It just seems odd. Now, there was a few other vehicles that weren't shown on the dev server. Sorry, not on the dev server, the sneak peek. One of them being the Typhoon FGR4. This is the British version of the Eurofighter that's coming in. There's going to be one for Italy. There is going to be one for Britain or UK, and there's also going to be one for Germany. So there shouldn't really be too much differences between them. We'll obviously have a look at them as they come in. One of the cool things about all of them is they have a really impressive cockpit. So does like the Rafale or Raphael and everything like that. It's just really cool to see these vehicles. I think overall it's just really nice that we're finally at the stage of the Eurofighter. People have been asking for them for the longest time, and now they're here. So yeah, that's another vehicle that has turned up. There was also another one that was kind of shown on the stream, but not really. It was a Zerstorer, and it's this here, which is the Zerstorer 4. This is a Fletcher class destroyer, which is coming in for Germany. It's very similar to a lot of the other Fletchers. You can see it has the 4 5-inch cannons, 2 singles on the front, 2 singles on the back, and then also it has these 3-inch guns. So it looks like this is a post-Second World vehicle, which was probably given to Germany by the Americans. It's kind of tied over the Kriegsmarine as they kind of modernized and obviously tried to recuperate after the Second World War. So these 3-inch guns are pretty good multi-purpose ones, depending on which rounds that they give them. Obviously, the 5-inch guns are some of the best destroyer guns that are in the game. But one of the things that I find really interesting about this machine is the torpedo tubes here. So you can see there are 2 different types of torpedoes. You have the smaller torpedoes on the side, the single mounts, and then you have the standard American torpedoes in the center as well, which is not something you usually see from this type of vehicle. I don't know how many vehicles we have in the game that have different torpedoes on them. I think there might be one other. For some reason in my head, I have a feeling there is one, like a coastal machine or something, but this one does have them, which is just kind of wild. So I'm generally looking forward to see how it's going to work. My guess is this will be kind of a rank 2 or a rank 3 vehicle that'll be just sat around and will just be a standard GE vehicle that people can play. There is also some news about the Panzerhaubitze. So the Panzerhaubitze is coming into the game in the German tech tree, and we've had a look at it on the servers, right? Which is really cool. You have this one right here. This one is the German one, so you have the green camo, and I'm sure you'll have the wonderful tricolor camo, which will be in the Kark. And then also they showed the Hungarian one, which has access to the proper camouflage, so very much bushed up, as you can see, which is really cool. This is the premium one that is coming to the Italian tree, and it was like, well, okay, if you have one for the German tree, you have one for the Hungarians in the Italian tree, but obviously this is a bit of a problem, right? Because it's a premium, so therefore, you know, are they going to get a standard tech tree one? Well, guess what? There is a standard tech tree one for the Italians too, in the form of, well, the Italian one. So this looks like it's coming in. It's got an awful camouflage. I really hope that this is not the finished camouflage, because it's just really, really bad. Gray is definitely not the color that I would pick for something like this. But here we are right now. So I think in general they could really do with giving this just a little bit more paint, but it is at least looking like a standard tech tree Panzerhaubitze for the Italians, which will be really nice. The Hungarian one looks beautiful, but I don't want it to be the only option for the Italians, because you obviously want people to be able, you know, to play these things in the tech trees. There's also a Italian ship, which is about, this is a Cyclone class. This is the Ghibli. So technically the second Ghibli that we have in the game, because we also have the plane, the AMX, which is the Ghibli. This one looks very similar to a lot of the other frigates that you find from the Italians at high-tech coastal. It has these really awkward vertical firing autocannons. I think they're Breda guns. They're just so weird. And it's spotted all over this ship with them. It also has some standard single-mounted main armament cannons here, and then some torpedoes in the center too. So nothing really to write home about in a big way, but I think overall it looks quite nice. The last vehicle I wanted to kind of show was just the Rafale, since this is something that, of course, a lot of people are looking forward to. It's a vehicle in general that I'm hoping people will enjoy. It's specifically the C variant F3. So if you're looking to have a look into what it's going to be like or what it's going to do, this would be, you know, the one to look for. So it even has these modeled at the back, which is quite cool on the asset viewer, and the camouflage itself is beautiful too. So look forward to more dev server stuff. We'll be covering it today and also over the next few days. As always, peace be with you. Look after yourselves. I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.